Hi everybody, I'm Terry Clark and I'm going to show you today how I've built a really simple calendar AI assistant to help me manage my calendar. I just wanted to mention this calendar agent actually connects to an overall AI assistant that I've built that is managing my calendar, my contacts and my email. And what happens there is when I ask my ultimate assistant to do something for me, if it's in the calendar, it will identify, oh, hey, I need to do something in the calendar, so I'll use this calendar agent. So this is a really good example of how you can build like small workflows or little agents to do specific things and connect them to an overall management AI, so that you can end up with almost endless support there. So how this works is this agent is executed when it's called by another workflow. So that might be me asking my ultimate AI assistant through Telegram to set up an event in my calendar. I'll just show you that. So that's pretty easy to set up. The calendar assistant, of course, it has its own system prompts, and I've given it just a simple system prompt here. We tell it, hey, you're a calendar assistant. Your job is to use the calendar. We then tell it the tools it has access to, and a brief explanation of those. And then in this one, I've added some rules, and these rules really came about through testing. Every time I made a change, I would run the workflow, and if I got something like weird, I would then play around and add a rule and see if the rule change fixed that. So there's a couple of basic ones in just there. That these might evolve over time, but you want to try and keep it simple, not get too complex. And then we finish off here by telling it the current date and time, which is important for a calendar assistant. So when a request is made, comes through here, it has GPT 4.0 set up as its brain, and it will then pick the best tool to use. So we've got 3 examples here. This isn't finished, but we've got 3 examples. So let's look at the create event with an attendee. So click in, and it's really simple to set up and connect to your calendar. We'll give it a quick description of what this tool does. We set up the resource, which is events, the operation, which is to create an event, and then it's connected to a calendar. In terms of the start and end time, I'm using the AI. So I choose the AI option, and then I just describe. You actually don't need to give it the end time. It can kind of infer how much time to allocate to an event there. So this has always worked with AI really well for me. And then we also, we need to tell it the attendees, and I would just do that in my prompt message, and then a summary of the event. So I might say, hey, send Dave Smith an invite to come to the gym to do chest at 7 p.m. tonight in San Francisco or whatever, and all that information will be picked up and passed through. Something that I haven't done yet is when this is finished doing its work, we need an output, and what I would do there is I would set up a Telegram node, and you can see all these integrations are already set up. So we've got send message, and we'd set that up to pull the output from the agent, and it would either have a success or an error message. So let's just show you the last execution that we did here. So I'm just going to go here, open this up. Yeah, so you can see this last execution that I did a couple of minutes ago. It was executed by another workflow. It went to the calendar agent, which used its brain, GPT 4.0. It correctly picked the create event with attendee. Let's just have a look. And then this is the message. So this is JSON.output. I could then send that to Telegram, and this is the message I would get. It would say, hey, we've set it up, and it got it all right there. So how we would do that is I could go back to the editor, and then I could connect the correct chat ID, and then I would pull the. Let's see if it pulls that through. Okay, it's not done that, but that's because of when I run the workflow a couple of minutes ago. But overall, this is how I'm building and evolving my calendar agent. If you've got any questions, give me a shout.